Imagine that, the internet being safe. Hello you guys, and welcome back to another week on my channel. I hope you are having a wonderful week, even with all this scary virus and all of that over here in the US and over in Europe. It's a time. But anyway, we are going to keep having a fun time on the internet because that's kind of feels like the only safe place at times. Imagine that, the internet being safe. I will fully admit that I am running low on ideas on my schedule of the YouTubes. So we are going to do something a little different. Honestly, I feel like I say we're doing something different every week, but hey, it's my channel. I can do what I want. So anyway, this week we are going to do a little bit of a get to know me video. So I asked you guys to send me some questions on my Instagram. I also have some questions that I frequently get asked and stuff like this. So I thought I would answer them all for you guys. Also, I went to the mall yesterday because I have an audition this weekend and I needed like new stuff for that. And I rewarded myself by going to Hot Topic, and that was a mistake because I came home with this. I got the Black Widow tank top. I'm so excited. I wanted to get more of it, but my wallet wouldn't allow that. I almost walked out with this and the shorts and the t-shirt, or not the t-shirt, the sweatshirt. We're gonna be going back and getting lots of that. So anyway, let's get going with the questions. I have peppered in the ones that were asked on my Instagram along with some of mine. So they're all a little mixed in, so let's get going. So the first one, little fact about me, my name is Allie. You guys can call me that, or at cons if you want to, you can call me Rain. I respond to both. I believe somebody called me Rain at one point at a con, and I was like, ooh, I like that, so we're keeping that. My age, I am currently 24 years old. I turn 25 on June 30th. I love having that birthday because it means I get to celebrate literally every 6 months. So on June 30th, I have my birthday, get to celebrate that, and then 6 months later, I get Christmas. So, hey. Where am I from? I am from Vermont originally. I spent the first 18 years of my life in a very small town in Vermont. But I will say, because it was so small, I could not wait to get out. And so I moved away for college and barely really ever go back unless I'm seeing family. Oops. My first ever fandom. I was obsessed with Harry Potter as a really little kid. I remember my mom and I going to the midnight releases for the books and watching all the movies. I remember watching Harry Potter and the Sorcerer's Stone in the theaters, and I had a blast. I do not remember how old I was, but I remember I was hyped. And then as I get older, my like second/first fandom that I really like dove into and was like a full like coherent like die-hard of the series was Twilight, as you guys saw on my Instagram. What other jobs do you have besides cosplay? So I will say this, I don't really consider cosplay a job for me. I do it as a hobby. Of course, who wouldn't love to make money off of that, but Lord knows I probably never will, so we're just gonna leave that at that. But my other jobs is I am an actor. So when I'm not auditioning or in a show, I have two other quote unquote like survival jobs to help me pay my rent. One is I work promotional stuff for Broadway shows, and then the other is I work for a princess party company. So I basically kind of get to do cosplay for my job, but it's really fun. 6, my favorite Marvel characters. So obviously my number 1 is my girl, Natasha Romanoff, but my number 2 would have to be Wanda. I love Scarlet Witch. I love her story. I love everything about her. I love her powers. She is just awesome. My favorite Harry Potter character. She has been my favorite since I was really, really little. I always loved Hermione. I loved that she loved to read because I loved to read, and that always made me kind of different when I was growing up because I was always in my books. And so I felt like I related to her a lot in that way. And I always loved her spirit, and I loved watching Emma Watson play her in all the movies, so I think she will always be my favorite. All right, this next one is drink of choice. So I'm gonna do non-alcoholic ones because I don't drink too often. And usually if I have something, it's either a seltzer water or an iced coffee. There's really like no in between unless I'm drinking just like straight water. So That's usually what I have. It's either a seltzer water, which my roommate refers to as my TV static, because that's what she says it tastes like, or I'll usually have an iced coffee from Dunkin'. That's usually my favorite place to get iced coffee from. My favorite shows. So unfortunately, all of my favorite shows are currently no longer on the air. So I'm trying hard to find a new one. My favorite shows, my top 3 are really Once Upon a Time, Game of Thrones, and The Tudors. Those were my top 3. I will fully admit to rewatching episodes of them, and probably if I had to say one that's currently like still running, or at least just in a hiatus, I've really enjoyed The Mandalorian and Encore on Disney Plus. Both of those are on Disney Plus. Please go check them out. They're amazing. Going back to characters, who is my favorite Star Wars character? That one's probably really hard because I really like everybody. Probably Rey is my number 1. I really love Rey, and Leia. Leia is absolutely amazing. Carrie Fisher is a wonderful human being who speaks her mind and just does not care what anybody thinks, and I aspire to be like that. Ideal vacation. So probably my ideal vacation, I have 2 really that I really would love to take. I would love to go back to London. I spent about 3 months there doing a study abroad my senior year of college, and I absolutely loved it over there. I felt so at home there, and I want more than anything to go back. Probably my other ideal vacation is I really want to go back to Disney World. Who doesn't always want to go back to Disney? I used to go every year when I was growing up. My family used to go to Florida every year, and we would get 1 theme park a year. So we would usually go to Disney parks and all of that, and I've really missed that. I went about 2 years ago with a bunch of friends, and we're planning on going again around Christmas time this year so we can see all the cool Christmas stuff. The next one is dream cosplay, and I have a lot of those. I have an entire list on the notes section of my phone of all the cosplays that I really want to do. And honestly, if you want to see like my wish list of cosplays, you can go up here. I'm going to link the video up in that corner, and you guys can check out my, not really cosplays, but like my cosplay wish list for 2020. But one of the ones that are on top of my wish list is Mary from Reign. I love the CW show Reign. Honestly, it's very much a teen drama and not as much historical as like I prefer. But anyway, I loved Adelaide Kane in that role, and I absolutely love, I'm gonna put a picture of the dress that I really wanna make. Probably that and Queen Anna from Frozen 2. Those are like my top 2 cosplays that are on the dream cosplay list. The number 1 celebrity you want to meet. I want to meet Natalie Dormer more than anything. She's one of my favorite actresses. I love her choice of projects. I love her style of acting. And I love the story that she had that got her started in acting, that got her career jump started. And honestly, it just gives me hope that one day mine can do that. So I just want to say thank you for continuing to inspire me. My friend Jen was able to meet her and got a picture of my Anne cosplay signed for me, and it was absolutely wonderful. I am eternally grateful for that because I had to work the weekend that she was at a con in my area. I was so upset. I will fully admit I nearly cried because I wanted nothing but to meet her at a convention since I started doing this. How did you start cosplaying? So I actually started because of Ren fairs. My junior year of college, a few friends invited me to go to the Renaissance fair with them, and I heard that mostly when you go to these fairs, you dress up in period costume, and so I decided to go big or go home. I found like an Anne Boleyn style gown on eBay. That's the blue one that you see me wear a lot on my Instagram, and I went with it. I had so much fun, and it was just great to be a part of that. And so I got that cosplay, and then the next couple years I saved up and got the commission done of my Marjorie, which I also wore to Ren fairs. And then about a year or so after that, I started going to conventions. So really it all started with wanting to play princess at a Ren fair. What is in my cosplay emergency kit? So usually in my cosplay emergency kit, I'll bring needles, thread, pins, basically anything that could potentially like fix something that is broken. That's usually what I'll carry like on my person. So like, God forbid something happens on the con floor, I can fix it. But for example, like at Con where I had a hotel room, I brought like my glue gun, my super glue, like everything that could fix anything, I brought it. As well as some paint and stuff. So if there was any nicks, scrapes, scratches, anything, I could repaint it and be fine. What's my most difficult cosplay to put on? I wouldn't say it's difficult, but it's the most time consuming would be Carrie. So Carrie, as you all know, has the big blood dump on her. And so usually I tend to do that when I am Carrie. So I'll get my hair all done. I usually do my own hair for that one. I do not have a wig. So it takes time to do my hair, and then it takes time to like get into the dress. And then I have to be super careful when I am doing the blood dump because I don't want it to get in my eyes, I don't want it to get in my mouth, and I also do not want it to get anywhere around me. So I like stain everything. I have learned that the longer I keep the fake blood, the more likely it is to stain skin and stain things. So I have to be extra careful. Luckily, I bought some new blood this past Halloween, so we can move on from that. But anyway, that one is the one that usually takes the longest and is most difficult to get into because I have to be so careful with it, not to smudge anything and not to stain anything. My favorite cosplay that I do, that one's a really hard question because honestly, I have things that I love about every single cosplay that I do. And in a way, I don't really think I could pick a favorite because mine kind of rotate through like who is like the current favorite in a way. So I think probably my current favorite is maybe Black Widow because of how badass it makes me feel when I'm in that suit and like posing for photos and stuff. I love how that makes me feel. I say that Marjorie also kind of has the title of favorite because I will say this, she is one of my original cosplays, so that one's always gonna hold a special place in my heart. So the next one is, which cosplay is the most challenging? So probably for me, the most challenging one that I personally had to like physically make was probably Rey, just because she had so many different elements to her. And so she had her bags, her shoes, her shirt, her pants, her wraps, her buns, and most importantly, her staff. So like I basically hunted online and in thrift stores for all of the elements of that cosplay and was able to find them all, and I am very happy with how it came out. I ended up learning how to do my hair so I could do her buns, and then of course on Katsucon Day, it wasn't happening, so shout out to the awesome Savannah for doing my hair that day because it just was not happening. I made her staff. That was my first time really like quote unquote like prop making, so I felt really good about that. I reworked her pants and her shirt from supplies I found at Goodwill, so I felt really, really good about that, and I feel like I took on the challenge pretty well. The next thing, the weirdest item you have used in a cosplay. So I'm the type of person who I like to have bags that match my cosplay so I can still have like full use of my hands and don't have to find a place for like my phone and my wallet anytime somebody wants to take a picture. So for my Eevee cosplay, I have a Pokemon lunchbox that I carry around. It's a little Pokeball, but it's insulated. So if I really wanted to, I could pack a lunch in there, but I use it as a purse. So I don't know, I guess that's kind of weird, but it works. And then the last one is, what is the next con you are attending? So as of right now, I am still going to be attending Zapp Con, New Jersey. It is Zapp Con 4, it's in Wayne, New Jersey. I'm very excited because it is my first con appearance as a guest, so I'm really looking forward to that. Hey guys, it's Allie in the editing room. So as I was editing this video, I got the notification that Zapp Con has officially been postponed due to the coronavirus. I will let you guys know as soon as I know the date that it has been rescheduled. I hope you guys can still attend, and I will see you there, and I will let you know any information as soon as I know it as well. And I really haven't decided what my con schedule for the summer is going to be. I'm auditioning for a bunch of shows for this summer, so it really depends on if I get into those and what the rehearsal schedule is going to be. So Some of the ones I'd love to go to, if possible, I'd love to go to East Coast Comic Con. I'd love to go to Garden State Comic Fest again. Those are always really fun times. Or maybe even throw in a bigger one like Wizard World Philly, who knows. But I will definitely be at New York Comic Con this year. I'm really excited for that, as per usual. I'm so ready. I'm already like figuring out what I want to do for the year and all of that. And I will be going to the New York Renaissance Fair probably a couple times this summer. So that's a definite, I know that one. Anyway, that is it. I hope you guys liked this video. I know it was probably just really rambling with me talking on, but I hope you guys learned a little something about me today. And if you would like to see this face more, please feel free to follow me on all my social media links. I will be leaving them down in the description box below. I have Facebook, Instagram, and TikTok. And if you want to see more of these videos, please feel free to hit that big red subscribe button down there. I post new videos every Friday. So I will see you guys next week. And do not forget, if you would like to, follow the link in the description to get your tickets for Zapp Con. I will see you there, and I will see you next week on the channel.